On today's show,
can the Jazz stay afloat without Rudy Gobert?
we discuss the Mamba's biggest regrets and check in with 3D at Phillips before Kobe visits ATL for the final time.
And where are you going, Dirk? We got the top 10 plays of the week coming up.
It's Friday, December 4th. The starter starts now.
Good evening, Sweet World, and welcome to The Starters. Whether you're watching us live on NBA TV or joining us a little later on YouTube, we're happy to have you. I'm J.E. Skeets, and alongside me, as always, it's Tass Mellis.
No matter what craziness we have in this show, we want you to have a great weekend. You hear? Okay?
To his right, international man of mystery, Lee Ellis. Lele, over at the Internet Hotspot, checking for your tweets using the hashtag The Starters, Trey Kirby.
Hey-yo!
Hey,
yo!
And finally, behind me today to help with my pick 'em payoff, it's Ken and Zach, the Reptile Wranglers.
Great to be here.
Thanks for, I was going to say thanks for coming, but not really.
Now, your punishment for losing November's pick 'em payoff, Skeets, is you are going to have to handle a snake, and not just one snake, but 4 snakes throughout the show. They're going to get progressively larger. Ken's got our first snake here. This snake's name is Shere Khan.
Wow, it looks friendly.
Starters colors. So
This is
Beautiful. You're going to have to handle Shere Khan.
So what am I doing
Yeah,
here? What am I doing?
well, this is a Honduran king snake. I'd like you to put your right hand where mine is.
Right, where?
Over
Oh,
here.
right there.
Yep.
Whoa.
Now you can grab it with both hands.
Okay, cool.
This snake is not venomous. It's a constrictor.
Okay, good. I'm glad you told me that after. Now, I didn't wear cologne, but I am wearing some Clean Comfort Dove deodorant. Is that fine?
Oh yeah, you're good with
Okay,
that.
good. Okay.
You said it's not venomous. It never has been either.
Right.
what
So when
you told
you're
me before the
constricted,
show.
you squeeze your food and you don't have fangs or venom.
Okay, why did it do that? What did it just? It freaked out for a second.
Well, you know, he's flicking his tongue. He's collecting information, and you just, if you can, just relax a little bit.
okay.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Chill,
Yeah. So Shere Khan is his name because he's orange and black striped.
It's not Damien?
No.
I've got a match with Ravishing Rick Rude later tonight, so.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Okay, I don't like when it licks me.
Definitely the most nerves of any pick
I
'em
think it
payoff.
knows
I
I'm
can see.
freaking out a little bit. Okay.
So maybe let's talk basketball. You
yeah,
might calm down a bit.
let's try and do a show here. This is insane. It's Friday. Let's open up this starter's mailbox.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does anyone want to read actual mail?
The snake can open up the mailbox. It's going around. It's looking for something to do.
Okay. We got questions.
Shere Khan.
We got questions. Let's get
lots
to
of
the
questions.
First question.
It's a beautiful snake.
Reading your notes.
From over
Rudy,
here.
all right, let's get to some questions here. Let's try and do a show. All right, Rudy Gobert is out of action after suffering a knee injury. I don't like when it licks me at all. Rudy Gobert is out of action after suffering a knee injury in practice. The Jazz said it's an MCL sprain. And while no surgery is required, I'm worried that this means Utah's playoff hopes just went up in smoke. Am I overreacting? That question from Dwayne.
I think you're pretty calm right now. I don't think you're overreacting whatsoever, Skeets. As far as the Utah Jazz go, I'm a little
fallen
bit
asleep
worried.
there.
Yeah, no.
Just answer the question, okay? Don't worry about the snake.
Yeah, he is falling asleep. I'm a little bit worried about the Jazz just because they're exceptional, neither on either end, really. I mean, they're good on the defensive end, and they're going to fall off, obviously, because Rudy Gobert's not around. Their offense is around 20th in the league. Is that going to pick up? I feel like they just have to tread water until Rudy Gobert comes back because he is that much of a force on the defensive end. And just for a number on the defensive end, players are shooting 35% around the rim when he's around. And he was first in the league last year at just over 40. So he's gotten better. Their D is really great. I just think they're going to tread water if they really want to survive. They're going to slow it down like they do. They're the second slowest team in the league. And that's what they're going to do. Limit possessions and just try and slug it out.
Yeah, they lost last night, and the other 2 games Rudy has not played, they lost those 2 as
Yeah.
well. So you just know the teams, the Jazz have a vulnerability right now. When you're losing one of the most important rim protectors in the league, you have a vulnerability, and you expect teams to try to exploit that and go inside. And we saw with the Orlando Magic last night, they put up 44 points against the Jazz in the paint. The Jazz only concede 37 usually. So It's going to be interesting. The Jazz, as you mentioned, have to tread water. They're just below
Yeah, speaking of
500.
water,
look
I
at
think Damien or whatever his name is wants some.
Shurkan.
Yeah,
Shurkan was
Khan.
constricting
Shaka
that mud
Khan,
there for a
sorry.
second.
Anyway, Quinn Snyder has reacted well, though. He said, look, adversity is an opportunity in disguise. He's not making any excuses. They've just got to go out there and play hard.
Yeah, I think what is going to be a problem, though, is the Jazz are a good basketball team because defensively and because they're.
Yes, go on.
No, I thought it was going up my sleeve for a second. I'm leaving if it goes up my sleeve. Because
You're going with a snake. If
they
you do.
attack, like, they play aggressive on the wing because they know Rudy Gobert is
Is in
behind
there,
them.
yeah.
Okay, things are getting uncomfortable.
All right. You know what?
Yeah.
I think this is a little too easy. Let's bring out Peaches.
Hell are you talking about?
Let's bring out Peaches.
All right.
Peaches. Beautiful.
Peaches is
I
our
love
largest
peaches.
snake, an albino Burmese python. It's only 9 feet long
Are you kidding
and
me?
90 pounds.
Oh,
Wow, Zach, you're handling that
man.
90 pounds no problem.
Wow.
Okay, this is Peaches. Such a gentle
Oh
name.
my God. She's
It is
beautiful.
heavy, man.
Hey, you look like Britney Spears right now.
What do you want me to do? I'm a slave for you.
You look cool though.
Yeah, you do.
Look cool.
Yeah,
You look great.
it is heavy, man.
What a colour. She is.
Okay, what do you?
Barely outweigh him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this
Like you're
90
doing
pounds?
squats. Wow.
1, 2. Whoa. Okay, let's just go to the next question.
Sure.
Oh.
Okay,
Peaches, where are you going, Peaches?
guys, Luke from Adelaide, Australia, who must be loving today's show, says, what happened to Roy Hibbert? He went from one of the best centers in the league to like a fourth option on the horrible Lakers. What are some other NBA players you've had significantly quick drop-offs? What do you think? I mean, because Roy Hibbert, that's a weird, I mean, he's fallen off, but
Yeah.
that was like 5 years ago, right? I mean, that was his best year.
I don't know.
Well, he was-
In the 2013-14 season, he was a guy we probably talked about.
He was still an
one of the
all-star,
top
right?
10 guys
Yeah.
we've talked about just because he was so important to if the Pacers were going to be able to beat the Heat, because he was the guy that would be supposedly able to stop LeBron. But then once the NBA kind of started getting a little bit more smaller, a little bit more skilled, he kind of just got phased out. You know, he was like Peaches the Snake when you're trying to get a Shira Khan.
Oh, Peaches is moving over
man.
here. What's up?
Yeah,
Oh,
go
yeah.
see Tess for a
Hey,
bit.
I won this pick and payoff. Let's switch seats.
I'm very
he's
comfortable
going in
right
for a
here.
pet.
Yeah, well, I can pet this part. It's the smallest part of the snake.
How have you not given us a snakes are part of everyday life yet?
Snakes are a part of everyday life.
There we go.
Have a look at this
That's
beauty.
what we want.
You know who might like snakes? Gilbert Arenas might like
That's
snakes.
good. I was
Nice
going to say that's a
call.
good pick.
Gilbert Arenas was a superstar for at least 3 years in this league. He was in the discussion for one of the best players in the league. He was between 25 and 30 points for 3 years, got some MVP votes, and my favorite part of it was an incredible showman.
Oh man, yeah. And for like those 3 years, like you're saying, Tass, only Allen Iverson, Kobe Bryant, and LeBron James averaged more points than Gilbert Arenas did. And he's a little bit like a proto Steph Curry, the way he could handle the ball and pull up from anywhere, no conscious from shooting from three. I mean, clearly he's not on the level of Steph Curry, but he was
No.
one of the first guys who was just out there as a point guard, quote unquote point guard, trying to score. And then his knee got hurt. He got that humongous contract, and that little bit of loss of explosiveness really hurt him because his free throws kind of fell off, and that was a huge part of Gil's game.
What about you, Lee? Anyone else?
Well, Steve Francis went from being a three-time All-Star, a starting three-time All-Star, to basically 4 years later he was out of the league. He was a very, very good player in those early Houston Rockets years, especially with Yao Ming. And his career just kind of fell off when he got traded to Orlando. Then he went on to New York and things didn't really work out. He had an all right season his first time in Orlando, but then after that, he just kind of forgot how to play. And he didn't seem to have that same impact. And he was out of the league when he was 30.
Right.
30. A lot of guys are entering their prime at that age. He should have been, and he wasn't.
Those are good picks because, like you said, those guys were all-stars.
Yeah.
Some of the best players in the league and then sort of gone. And Roy Hibbert was an all-star, but I don't think he was nearly on the
No.
level
He was an important
of
guy
some
for
of
a
those
while.
guys like Gilbert Arenas and Steve Francis.
This is all right.
Yeah, that's cool.
Well, Skeets, I know you don't like snakes, but we are going to be talking a little bit more about snakes. During the break, let us know who you think is the most snake-like player in the NBA. For me, it's Alfred Python. Use hashtag NBA snakes.
Oh, I see
We'll
what
see
you're
some of
doing.
your best answers a little bit later.
All right, we'll take a break.
We got to get this pen away from Peach's mouth.
Yeah.
I don't like the looks of it.
Peaches, relax. When we come back. Well, we'll talk. Oh, good.
You're
we'll
doing
talk about
great.
Kobe Bryant. Yeah, I'm doing great. Thank you. We'll talk about the Mamba.
The Peaches Mamba.
Third game there in the long road trip after announcing his retirement. You're watching the starters.
Peaches is looking at me. I did not lose.
If you could have a do-over in your career, what would it be?
If I had a do-over, I think I would take more of a leadership role in talking to Shaq earlier before things went south.
All right, a small part of an unbelievable interview with Ernie Johnson and the Black Mamba, Kobe Bryant. I'm here with the Yellow Mamba, as you can see. It's getting really heavy. It's starting to constrict a little bit. I think I've angered Peaches a little bit. I don't know why.
Peaches
feel like
coming
I'm
a little
doing a
too
deep-
close over here.
Yeah, Peaches likes to see tasks for a
Yeah,
second.
all right.
But this was a great interview.
Yes.
You hopefully caught the whole thing. It's up, of course, on NBA.com, man. It's tough. I'm sorry. I'm really trying to concentrate right now. Whoa. Neat. Neat
Peaches,
move.
she's a bit of a screen hog, isn't she?
Yeah. Is this the biggest what if, though, with Kobe's career and even Shaq's to some extent, if they had been able to get over their differences, stuck together, how many more titles they could have won?
I think so, for sure. I think you saw against the Detroit Pistons in 2004, the Lakers were favourite to win that series, but they really were pretty ordinary. They only won one game. And I think both of these guys, Shaq and Kobe, if they could have their time over again, would like to play together and realise that they could have potentially won 5, maybe even more in a row, because they were both still young enough, and still Kobe obviously was still barely in his prime, and Shaq was still at his dominant best. So I definitely think that is something that they probably will.
Jesus, sorry.
I mean, they both won, a lot of championships, and they're both got plenty of hardware at home, but I think they could have had more.
Yeah, it's a little bit tough for Kobe, because he, Shaq went and won a title right away with another team, went to a pretty good team. Kobe's had to rebuild that first time as soon as Shaq left from LA, and then again, obviously going through rebuilding right now. But I guess maybe it makes it worth it, those couple of years when he couldn't win a title and he was playing with your Smush Parkers and your Chris Mims to finally get back into the finals and win a title.
So that's sort of a regret, I guess, in a way, of Kobe's career. As a basketball fan, do you have any sort of weird regret that didn't happen, you didn't get to see as a basketball fan in Kobe's 20-year career?
Well, I don't know if it's a regret because you didn't really think about it at the time, but now, thinking back, it would have been cool if the Jazz wouldn't have beat the Lakers during Kobe's second season.
Right.
The Lakers had handled the Jazz during the regular season, won 3 out of 4, but then they got swept in the Western Conference Finals. It would have been fun to be able to look back 20 years later and see Jordan playing against Kobe when Kobe was, 19 years old. That would have been incredible, but, at the time, it was a rematch with the Jazz, which was also awesome. I don't think it really changes anything, but Shaq could have definitely gave the Bulls trouble inside.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Jordan versus Kobe would have been great. We've already heard LeBron say that he wishes he would have matched up in 2009, especially versus Kobe.
Yeah, that would have been awesome as well. But I would just have loved to have seen young Kobe go against old Michael in the finals. I mean, I still think the Bulls probably would have won that series, but I think it's going to 6 or 7 at least.
Mm-hmm. All right, so Kobe and the Lakers in Atlanta tonight. Where are you going, Peaches? Come on, over here, man. Here. What are you doing?
She's going down to the Phillips Arena.
Well, she might be heading to the Fortress, that's right. Oh, or she's meeting another snake. Never mind. You see here, it's the 3rd stop on the Kobe Farewell Tour since he announced it. And joining us from the Fortress, getting ready for the Lakers and Hawks, it's NBA TV's own 3D. Dennis, are you there?
What's up, guys?
How you doing?
I'm here. Can you hear me? I can hear you.
We can hear you.
Yeah, wonderful.
We
There's a lot of purple and gold here. A lot of fans here now tonight.
We can hear you. Better yet, we can see you. What are you wearing, my man?
Can you see that? You like that? You like that? All for Kobe. The jacket, the tie, the cufflinks, the shoes, everything's all for Kobe.
You know what would make that outfit complete? A snake wrapped around your neck. I know 2 guys. We're about 20 minutes from the arena. I'll send them down.
My 3D vision sees there's a snake in the studio. Are you telling me there's a mamba in the studio right now? I'm glad I'm not there.
Yeah, that's right. There's Peaches. Yeah, I wish I was with you right now, 3D. Look, we got the farewell tour going. This is going to be a talking point all throughout the season. I'm curious, 3D, if you had to buy Kobe a gift, a farewell gift, what would you get him?
It would be some blinders for his bedroom. Because people ask, what's the toughest thing we athletes have to deal with when we retire? It's waking up early because our bodies tell us, let's go work out, let's go get some shots out, let's go get in the weight room. So you have to black out your windows so it feels like it's dark to you so you can sleep a little bit. Kobe Bryant's one of the most fierce workout guys we've ever seen. That's going to be the biggest thing he needs to overcome, wanting to work out.
A popular discussion right now is whether the Lakers should retire number 8 or number 24. What do you think the Lakers are going to end up doing? 8, 24, or maybe both?
Me personally, I think they're going to do both. Kobe's been so unique of an athlete, being with one team for 20 years, all the numbers, all the accolades, all the MVPs, we all know about that. But to do so much in 2 different numbers, I think the franchise is going to retire both.
Interesting. Yeah, we sort of debated whether they would retire one and then maybe unofficially retire other. Look, 3D, enjoy the game tonight. I know there's going to be a ton of Mambas fans in the building, and as I said, I'll bring down some of my friends in a little bit. Say hi to you.
Bring your friends, but leave the snake.
Well, no, the snakes are my friends. 3D. All right, 3D, live down at the Fortress for the Hawks and the Lakers. All right, we got to take a break. When we return. Maybe the snakes get bigger, I don't know. Tess's worst of the week and the top 10 plays. Come on back.
Beaches.
This is a heck of a workout. Back with the starters. Trey asked you for some NBA snakes because of my pick 'em payoff here and being draped by a 9-foot
90-pound peach.
boa constrictor? Correct?
Python, yeah.
Python, excuse me. Sorry, Peaches. So Trey, what do you have?
Yeah, a lot of good tweets out there. Apparently a lot of snake fans in the audience. Kiefer Katz playing near and dear to my heart, going with Trey Reptiles. I like it.
Nice.
Jerry Langford, Boakim Noah. Saw a lot of
that's
variations
good,
of that.
that's good.
Kiefer Katz again with Kristaps Porzingis. Very witty. Kevin Thang went with Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Nice.
That's tough, but it's a nice one. And CJ says a simple Cobra Bryant.
Yeah.
All right.
Love it.
All right. Let's get to the top 10 plays of the week. Do you like basketball, Peaches?
She loves it.
Let's do it. Top 10 plays of the week. We got a great top 10 this week. At number 10, Vince Carter.
Banking it
Deep.
in.
This is the longest shot of the season.
Might stay that way.
He's around his own free throw line. I like the little flair he adds to it. Does he travel? Hey,
Wow.
maybe, but he's an old guy.
When you're 37, you get away with those.
That's right.
At number 9, weekly tradition, Steph gets in. He gets Ronnie Price twice. Behind the back there. Oh, pump.
What's
Again,
the rule?
not once.
You reach, I teach.
teach. Very nice. Very nice. Is that in honor of
Price.
former coach Mark Jackson?
That's it.
That was his favorite line.
At number 8, Dwayne Wade drops Langston Galloway. Just collapses. Now, some people call him Sir Langston
This is a
Galloway.
great view.
Well, he just knighted him there. Take a knee. Wow, he just collapses. And then you got to hit the jumper.
Nice,
Knock it
Wayne.
down.
Another old man move.
At number 7, I don't know how this is higher. Kevin Durant, the in-out dribble, then the hammer with the left.
This is at 7?
It's ridiculous.
It's a great week.
No, there
Lee.
can't be 6 plays better than
Went
this.
around 2. He
Lee,
sent
how is
over
this
1.
7?
Trust me, wait
Oh,
till you
this
see
is
the
good
next.
at number 6.
Oh, yeah.
CJ McCollum puts Dirk in the wash. Spin cycle. Dirk tweeted, CJ did the old man dirty last night. At least my skating lessons this summer paid off. Oh yeah, let's take a look at the replay.
At number 5, a really clean block as Clay tries to go for it. A meeting at the summit, some would say. Marvin Williams with
You
the
thought
left
this
as
play
well.
was going to be a dunk, didn't you?
Oh man, that's nice.
That's a huge block and very, very clean.
At number 4, LeBron James with an unbelievable bounce pass. That is a two-handed, thread the needle, fast break bounce pass to Richard Jefferson.
It's what, 90 miles an hour?
And that
probably?
is-
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Crazy. I mean, that's going to be on your top 10 assists of the year for sure.
For sure.
At number 3, D'Angelo Russell gets a clear bath and gets his first dunk of his career.
Wow.
That's an underrated dunk from a young little man going up there.
Durant's, I think, is better than that, though. No?
I don't know.
At number 2, look, this is good. Dwight Howard, on Porzingis.
Oh,
Man, He's all over him like a snake on me. Wow, that's huge.
Poor.
Harden loving it.
Poor Porzingis. At number 1, 3 seconds left. Raptors down 1 in DC. DeRozan drives, finds Corey Joseph for the game winner. Corey Joseph has been playing so well for the Raps. The hometown kid doing so great for
That's
them.
a nice play by the Raps right there.
3
He brought
seconds.
that play over with him from the Spurs.
Yeah, maybe.
3 seconds. Draw it up. Open shot. Got him.
Agree, disagree, let us know. Hashtag the starters.
Yeah, that's a guy with a snake.
Cool. Let's take a break. Our final break, thank God.
Peach is getting tired.
Oh, when we come back, hopefully we have time for Lee's very solid play tonight. All right, back with the starters. Let's see if I can win a month here. I'm off to a great start, but tonight's picks, 3 of us taking the Knicks. Tass the only one taking the Nets. Tass hasn't lost this month. I haven't won. Can't wait to be covered in tarantulas next month. Lee, very solid play of the night. Where are we going, buddy?
We're going to Memphis, and it's the passing of the VFP torch. Kyle Anderson over to Manu, who slithers in for a beautiful layup. Here it is again. Watch Kyle Anderson just drop it off. Manu's there, he lays it in. That's beautiful. That's what I call a very solid play.
Whoa. You all right, Lee?
No. Even though I'm good 2 people away from that snake.
Look, we've done...
I'm still a little rattled.
All right, this morning we recorded the hour-long Drop podcast. We select a few of our early season NBA All-Star starters and get into surprise and disappointing teams and a whole lot more. So check that out. It's up on iTunes and Google Play. No snakes on that one. So we actually concentrated and really got into it. Can't thank Ken and Zach here enough. Really can't thank you guys enough for coming in today. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, I see she's got you all wrapped up.
Yeah. We'll just leave the bad puns to us, all right?
Ken, you said that you didn't want us to bring out the snakes before the show because they're like athletes, they get tired.
Yeah, they do have an endurance. And Peaches, she's doing really well. I think she's found a new friend because
Does she like?
yeah, she's doing the hugs and
Yeah.
lots of affection going on there.
I wish
There
I
you
could,
go.
wish I could say the same.
She got a crush on
What
you.
an interesting pick and payoff.
Well, the other 2 snakes didn't get to come out. I mean, I feel bad for Skittles. Skittles is still in the basket over there. Maybe Skittles can come join Peaches.
Oh my God, what? Okay, yeah.
Oh boy.
Peaches
no, that's
knows
all right,
this
Zach.
show.
Zach, that's okay. That's
is
okay.
She's giving you a hug now.
Okay, all right. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us on this very fun show. And remember, looking like a fool with those snakes on your shoulders.
Brace the weekend, people.